Hello and welcome to episode 7 of the Greenzone. I am your host, Cody Russell. Joining me today, once again, my co-host, Dirty Dan.
Hello, hello.
And our special guest joining us live from LA, we have A-Bebe, a.k.a. AB. Thank you for joining us, my man. Appreciate you being here today.
Of course.
Oh, no, we're losing you. It's okay. It's still recording, but we can't see you. It's all good from our side. We got that little bit of slower internet. Let's see here. Well, let's start off with them check-ins. Danny boy, what's good? How you doing?
Chilling, living. I'm glad to see AB here. Haven't seen you in a while, so that brings some joy to my heart.
Should be a good pod. AB, what's good, bro? How you doing? What's new in life?
Man, shit. Where do we start, right? Because we was talking the other day and we realized the last time we hung out was a cool 4+ years ago, right? So it's like, what's not new
crazy?
In life?
Right. It's like,
yeah.
What's up?
No, you were saying?
I was just saying, like, it's you basically, like, you could be a whole new person in 4 years. You never know. It's crazy, man. 4 years is a long time to not see a person, especially in your 20s.
Oh God, shit! I am a whole new person, so we gonna figure out over the course of this podcast.
Oh, boys.
Oh, there we go. Now I can see you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That makes it so much better now I can see you.
Yeah, we have a little action-packed show for you. Lots of sports talk. Probably some random bullshit we get into. Might discuss Deshaun O'Malley. I don't even know.
Can he be found?
Can he be found? Let's get into starting off with the sports news. You want to do like your... Did you ever decide if like your call sign for the sports news, like the?
Oh, I'm doing the sports news, bro.
I thought you said last time pod. No, you were gonna give like a sports news. Or...
Oh, dude, you want like an intro?
Yeah, you can do like.
I don't even know what you'd say, dude.
You fucking never mind.
I just need the ticker to go across.
Oh, fuck. Well, sports news. Starting off, bruh. Hard Knocks is back.
Yeah.
Premiered this week. Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Nathaniel Can't Hack It, Robert Saleh.
A lot of bald people. A lot of bald people on that team.
Bruh, you know what? You guys ever watch? No, that's literally what I was gonna get into. That fool looks like, you ever seen WWE back in the day? Not Goldberg, but Gilbert. It's like the make fun of Goldberg. That's what
I never was watching wrestling.
Goldberg is Steve. The dude from Longest Yard, the linebacker on the Econs team, the white dude.
God, it's been a long time since I've seen The Longest Yard, dude. That was a good movie. Shit.
Great movie. Anyway, that's who he reminds me of. Fucking that fool's. Why? Like, just why him?
Yeah,
it's because of Aaron Rodgers, obviously.
Right.
Move this a little there. Wasn't an earthquake, my bad.
AB, what are your thoughts on Hard Knocks?
I mean, my first thoughts is for sure Nathaniel Hackett, right? Like the fact that he kind of just one of the stars of the show, like that's beyond me. Like who goes from being fired like within like half of the year, right? Like he didn't even complete the year in your first year of the job to being the star of Hard Knocks like the next year. Like that shows kind of the balls that, or I guess the gravitas that Aaron Rodgers got, because it's like pretty much whoever he fucking with is a star, because Nathaniel Hackett is this offensive genius, and like last year, your team had a top 5 pick from my team. So that's all I got to say about that. That's definitely my first kind of thoughts about Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
No. Dude, no. Aaron Rodgers is an absolute center of influence, bro.
For sure.
He's more than a football player.
Oh, for
sure. At
this
point.
Yeah. He's kind of changed the whole outlook in terms of how NFL players are viewed in the offseason. They're allowed to go out and actually live their lives and do shit that they're not allowed during the season. And
he always looks fucking high, in my opinion. Like from one guy to another, like he always looks fucking big. Yeah. Especially if the Hard Knocks episode at the end, like there's this one scene. Like he's at the game and he's almost like coaching. He looks ripped, dude. His eyes are all red.
Well, that fool, Percy Harvin, he'd beat smoke before every game.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And he probably was smoking too much when he came to Seattle because he was fucking up.
Yeah. No, he he was Oh, he played for both y'all teams. That's right.
That's because the weed got better. Because the weed in Minnesota sucks, and then he moved to Washington where it's hella good.
He's like, oh heck.
Yeah, he just got too high.
Oh, well, shit. Well, next little thing in sports news: AD's contract. AD got a 3-year, $186 million contract extension. As AB was mentioning before the podcast, that means that he has an additional. So he already has 2 years left on his contract. He has an additional 3 on top of it.
This is Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Oh, he has the unibrow, right?
Yeah, the brow. But that fool played what? How many games he played for us this season? Less than half, right?
Not enough, man. Not enough. That's all I can say. It's not enough.
Yeah, he ain't worth that amount of money, man.
Dude, I always wondered how much it would cost to have a fucking unibrow. And I guess it's $186 million over 3 years. Because I don't care how fucking rich. That shit looks ridiculous.
Oh, fucking hell. That's funny as shit. Yeah, but
because he don't got the unibrow no more. So.
I guarantee that's probably in his contract. Like, you can't do that if you shave it.
This game, well, I mean, they don't even call him the brow anymore. They used to.
Yeah, the brow.
It ain't really. Oh, he don't have it anymore.
Oh, he doesn't have it?
I guess not. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well.
He got some thick ass. He got some caterpillar brows though for sure. He got some big motherfuckers. Yeah. But yeah, that contract is ridiculous, dog. Like, you barely played for us. I guess you kind of turned up in the playoffs, but every other game, like, you're not consistent. You're a faulty player. We love watching you play when you play hard, but you don't play hard all the time. You're not a LeBron. You're not a fucking Steph Curry. You're not one of these, like, 1A guys, the number one top 5. You're just not it. Why are you making so much money, man?
No, I'm right there with you.
Damn.
For me, I feel like, at least with AD, or at least with the NBA, right, the way the contracts is, like, structured, it's like everything's set up, right? Like, he got to sign the max. It's like already set out. Like, he doesn't get to, like, negotiate the numbers. So I feel like if it was the NFL, you'd probably have a contract that was more kind of along the lines of what he should have. Like Jaylen Brown, right? Like, Jaylen Brown is not worth $304 million, but that's how the NBA works. So I get it from that aspect. That's true. Now, the only reason I'm not too mad at the AD contract is he got 2 years left, right? He was eligible this year to, like, sign the extension. Let's say in 2 years, that extension, that max, will probably be more than whatever it is now, right? So, like, I think now it's that 3-year deal average to be like $60 million a year. So it's like, do you want to pay him $60 million a year, like, now? So then in like 2 years he starts making $60 million when everybody else is making about 60, 65, or do you wait 2 years and then pay him $70 million? So that's the only reason, like, I won't hold the Lakers on that. But other than that, bro, we just don't have
you get ahead of it. And you can trade him too. You know, shit falls apart. You have a decent contract with a good player, and you can, well, hopefully he's still good at that point. Ugh, fuck.
You guys are both Laker fans.
That's a great point. The whole trade scenario to me is a great point because it's like the longer contract he got, right, the more his trade value is because they know he can't leave if he goes somewhere else. So another good.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I'm excited for next season. I hope Ron comes back into form. I honestly think, like, at the end of the year, I'm sure you agree, AB, we were just gassed, bro. Like, we started our playoffs a whole fucking month before everyone else did. Like, we were we were pushing it. So we got to the point where, you know, Western Conference Finals, we didn't have no more juice.
Man, we got a 38-year-old as the best player on our team. So, like, that just tells you what it needs to tell you. Like, he should not.
That's true.
Top 10 right now, right? But he's still going strong. So AD got to step in.
That's true. That's fucking true, bro. Fuck. Last little thing in the sports news. JT running back situation in the NFL, bro. That shit is all over the place. I think the most recent on the JT news is as of Wednesday of this week, he had left camp after we were supposed to bring in Kareem Hunt for a visit. But Kareem Hunt left without a contract. So, I know you got some opinionated thoughts on JT. What do you think about it, AB?
Well, I mean, I guess let's take it back a little bit. We're going to take a macro view. The whole running back market, right? I feel like the fact that Saquon couldn't get a contract, like, he got a 1-year deal that was pretty much about the same as the franchise deal. Like, that, Saquon low-key fucked it up for everybody, right? Because running back can kind of go and make an argument on why they need a multi-year deal if low-key the best running back who's kind of up next, who's still young, couldn't get a good contract. So I feel like sacrifice-wise, like, Saquon should have sat out. but that's kind of beyond the point, right? So now to the JT scenario. I think from the Colts perspective, I get what they're doing, right? Like he has no leverage. He has to play under contract. He's a running back. He's a rookie deal. He's
Yeah.
not making that much money. So they got the leverage.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're not paying nobody, right? Like if you look at the offense, like let's just like kind of break down the offense. Like you would know better. It's your team. Who gets paid? I'm thinking Pittman. Who else? Y'all guards. And who else is getting paid?
It's still on its rookie deal. Our center, Ryan Kelly's getting paid. Our right tackle's getting paid. That is Brendan. Fuck, I can't think of his last name, but Brendan something or other. He's getting paid. A motherfucking Quentin Nelson's getting paid. Yeah. Shaquille Leonard. We're paying everyone who gets fucking hurt or like isn't productive. Right. So those are then. In terms of on the offense, I think that's really it. So you do make a solid point. I think
that's my biggest point, right? So if you pay, usually if you're paying a quarterback or you're paying like a top 5 receiver, then you don't want to go ahead and pay a running back, right? That's just the regular rules, just how it goes. But if you're not paying a quarterback, you just drafted one this year, so that means you got 5 years before you got to ever pay him, right? The running back contract only has to be guaranteed for about 2 years, right? So it's like, to me, this is the best time to sign Jonathan Taylor. You give him a little 4-year extension, 2 years guarantee. You're pretty much giving him a 2-year deal. It's the NFL. You can get rid of him in 2 years. So that's my main point of Jonathan Taylor. A lot of people will be like, all right, like he's a running back. He's replaceable. Anthony Richardson can run too. That might be your counterpoint. But I feel like Anthony Richardson is so raw, bro. He kind of needs everything to go right? So like the more weapons you got around him, the better. For him. So that's my take on that one.
No, I agree. I think it's imperative to have, at least for the first couple of years, to have a solid running back, like a no running back. You can't just have some no-name playing with him in the backfield. The only issue is like you said, if JT is looking for, because running backs want a longer term deal, like Zeke got, he got that 5-year deal, right?
What was his, like $700 million?
No. He got like a 5-year. He was making 15 a year. Is that right? Something like that. 70 million like deal.
70 mil back there.
Yeah. 70 million.
Yeah. But that's what they want. But it's not realistic. I think that's got to be the holdup at the end of the day. Is the time extension. The thing is with JT too. Like, yes, he had one fantastic year, but his rookie year he went 1,000 yards, which is pretty it's good. I think he went 1,000. He went like right about 1,000. Then he went 18 all-purpose, and then last year he was hurt. So it's like you have 2 good years and then a complete drop-off. What do you think? That's where I think the issue comes on. But we are also heavily reliant in him. So it's kind of one of that mixed bag idea where if we pay him, yes, it's a great idea, but how much are we going to pay? So we were talking about NFL running backs before we got cut off. Maybe you said you had some final thoughts on it too.
My last take actually is a question to you, right, Cody? Do you think the running back position is like in general is devalued, right? And like the main basis of me asking that question is obviously like salaries increase as time goes on, but with the running back market, it's going the opposite. So like with that caveat, like do you think it's devalued? And if you say yes, why?
So I think it's lost value, but I don't think they're like devaluing. I don't think the league, the outlook on running backs is wrong unless you're able to both play running back and wide receiver, because it's such an air raid focused offensive league. There's not a single team that's winning off a strong run game. That's winning a Super Bowl off a strong run game at least. You got to have someone in the backfield to at least be manageable, but you don't see Derrick Henry in the Super Bowl. You don't see Jonathan Taylor in the Super Bowl. You don't see Christian McCaffrey in the Super Bowl. Like, the running backs that you see in the Super Bowl are like fucking Boston Scott and, like, look at that year, like when the Eagles went. They had all those fucking no-names in the back that aren't even in the league anymore, like Jay Ajayi. Like, it's at the point with the NFL where running backs are just not the focal point of the league, and they used to be, and they were paid a shit ton then, but now you need a good left tackle, you need a solid like interior line, and then you just need your quarterback. As long as you keep him healthy and so he can hit, he's 2-3 targets on the field, you're good. Running back, your run game's supplemental to your pass game. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, now that don't make sense as far as like why they're not getting paid. I think for me, because like that makes sense, right? Like it's usually the better quarterbacks are in the Super Bowl, not the better running backs. But at the same time, that's usually because the teams with the better quarterbacks don't have as good a quarterback. Because like if you put Saquon or Derrick
Yeah.
Henry or anybody on like let's say the Bills or something like that, like I bet you the Bills will have a better chance of
Yeah.
being in this, right? So
For sure.
I just think what's happened to the running backs, right? Because it's not like people don't want running backs, right? I think there's just too many
Yeah.
good running. So it's like supply and demand, right? Like you look at the market, like a number one receiver and a number two receiver. If we let's make it simple, right? And let's do Madden ratings, right? If you had a Devontae and he was like a 98, your number two receiver, whoever it is, will probably be like an 82, right? 83, 85. So like there's that huge gap. But if you got a number one running back and you got a Derrick Henry and he's a 90 something, like your backup running back, like probably wouldn't have this in a Madden rating, but they probably could be a 90 something if they were the featured back, right? So it's like you can get that production from damn near any running back because like you see a lot where like with the Browns, it was that year they lost Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb and they had some undrafted random rookie. He came in and went off. Pacheco last year, 7th round pick. Like just over the years, there's always an undrafted running back, some 4th round running back, just some random dude kind of going off. Like usually your backup to any running back will come in and like rush for 100 yards any specific game. So I just feel like it's too saturated. There's too many good running backs to where it's like replacement level. Like if I got to pay you 20 million to rush for 1,300 yards, I could pay somebody 5 million to rush for 1,000 yards, right? So it's like I'm gonna pay the 5 million because that's just what it is. So I think that's for the running backs. That's really what replacement level is usually as good as almost the starters.
But is it okay? So let me counter that point with a question of: is it the fact that the running backs there's too many of them? Because you can make the saying argument for the wide receiver. There's so many good wide receivers these days, you know. Or is it the fact that they're just not getting the ball as much in terms of the offensive schemes?
No, I don't think this is like a black and white thing, right? It's like it's somewhere in the middle of those two. But the fact of like them being so many good wide receivers, you can't go to if you go through every team, you're not. So there's 3 wide receivers on the field usually at one given time, right? Like when there's usually one running back on the field. If you go through every team, like most teams don't have 2 starting receivers, right? Like most teams actually only have like 1 real good starter. Some teams will have 2, right? And then like a few teams actually have 3. So I think there are a lot of wide receivers, but the point that I was really trying to make with that is the difference between us, like a number 1 receiver and a number 2 versus the difference between a starting running back and a backup running back. It's like, if you go to what team, like if you took DK out, like Tyler Lockett is not that much of a drop off, right? But at the same time, right after Tyler Lockett, like there's usually a fat ass drop off. Like Tyler Boyd is nowhere close to Jamar Chase, right? But whoever is backing up Saquon, it's kind of close to Saquon. Like Matt Breida can definitely rush for 1,200 yards, right? That's what Saquon gives you. So I just feel like the replacement level of the running backs are just higher than the receivers. Like whatever random receiver you get is not going to give you Devontae Adams numbers. He's not going to give you Tyreek Hill numbers. You can find you a running back. You can find you a DeMarco Murray to give you Derrick Henry numbers. You know what I mean? So it's like as long as you got a good old line, you could probably have a back rush for 1,500 yards. If you just grab any receiver, I don't think he's gonna give you 1,500 yards, right? Like he might give you 900 yards versus Devontae giving you 15. That's what I would say to that.
Well, to counter that, Dolphins Jalen Waddle didn't. I think his rookie year or second year he got 17.
Oh yeah, but Jalen Waddle is a top 5 pick or top 10 pick, so it's like that's a number 1 receiver.
That's what I'm saying. Like you could find a guy every year to do that. I get what you're saying. Like where you could get, it's more of like there's like a guy. Like if you were to say like Hunter Renfrow or like he can't go and get that 15. That I get that. That makes sense.
Right.
But it's also the same
pay like that.
There are different argument between that and the receiver and the running back is receivers relying on the quarterback too. If running back, you are relying on the O line, but realistically, if you're good enough, you can make your own plays. If you have a decent O line, you're going to jump off. So it kind of goes to your point to say, you have a decent O line, doesn't matter who's in the backfield. Like even when Derrick Henry got hurt, that fool that came in right behind him was Holland last year. So
right, Holland.
Yeah, Deontay Foreman. Yeah. So. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I have to agree with you. I think they're devalued. It's not hard to find a decent running back to give you production. So it doesn't make sense to pay everyone the high numbers, That's kind of what I was saying too when we were having the argument initially. because it's just like we can get similar. We can get 1,000 yards out of, especially with having someone like Anthony Richardson.
Okay,
Like
hold on,
we can
hold on,
get
hold on. Now your audio is
a
like
combo
cutting
1,000-yard
out.
running back to go. Yeah, no, I can see we're kind of slowing. We pick up now.
Yeah, I think we're good. Say some more stuff.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say that just like having a running quarterback makes a big difference compared to having just like a regular standing in the pocket. You have you're playing on 11 on 11 football rather than like 10 on 11 realistically.
Yep.
It adds safety for the running back. There, Dan. You good?
Yeah. No.
I'm kind of
Chilling.
You seen Godfather of Harlem? Any of y'all?
Me?
Yeah.
What is it? A movie?
Yeah, it's a show on Hulu. It's about you guys know Bumpy Johnson, the gangster from New York back in like the '60s that was friends with Malcolm X.
Mm-mm.
Great show.
Yeah. Like I know of him, right? Like I don't know too much.
Yeah. Check it out on Hulu. Godfather of Harlem.
Okay.
It makes you think. It makes you, because they incorporate like actual footage from like the civil rights movement and shit. That's kind of what it's all centered around. It's fucking crazy, dog. Makes you really feel. Wow. As a nigga, I was like, God damn.
Oh fuck.
Prejudice is crazy in that motherfucker. You hear a lot of the hard R too. That's a crazy thing.
You know what's funny? Before you went on that little tangent, I'm thinking, all right, he about to lay a topic that Danny could participate a little more. Let's watch this shit about us being niggas and being called the hard R, and Danny, we want to hear your opinion. So what you got to say, Dan? Let us know. No, I'm playing. Don't answer that.
Oh fuck, that's funny as a motherfucker.
Oh my god, dude.
You got a point. Well, I was just gonna say real quick that
I don't think we want his opinion on that.
I watch it all, dude.
Nah, he loved that shit. If there's one,
have you ever watched Atlanta? You still haven't watched Atlanta. Have you seen Atlanta?
Nah, I haven't. That's why you know that I haven't seen it, but nah, I ain't seen it yet.
Oh no, I was asking him. I know he hasn't.
Okay.
But that's on.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
That was Donald Glover. What's his name? Childish Gambino. And the one dude, Paperboy. That's his name in the show. I don't know what his fucking name in real life.
I'll check
I
it
can't
out.
pronounce it.
Anyway, I was just gonna say that Daisy was like, when they say a lot of hard R, and she's like, "Does that make you feel uncomfortable?" I'm like, "Bro, like, it's not like I ain't heard it before." Like,
Yeah,
ain't nothing new.
and if it's like television and videos, like
not even that. I'm from Orange County. I've been called that shit. Like, it's just how it is, man. Especially it's being around a bunch of white people.
AB, let me ask you a question, because you introduced me to something that actually changed in my life, like a thing I do. So at one point we were working together. You referred to something as, I believe you called it the Nigerian catcher's mitt, if I'm not mistaken. It was.
Run that back. The who?
So you told me, I was like, we were talking about shitting or something. You're like, oh, you don't lay down a catcher's mitt, and I'm like, what? You're like, and you talked about getting the toilet seat cover and putting it down so the water doesn't splash you.
I don't think I called it that, but I know exactly what you're talking about, because that's an age-old secret. Yeah. And let me fill y'all in.
That's what you told
me. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead. You want to explain what it is?
No. I want you to explain it, because I have followed your method ever since that day. Everywhere I go, even at home, I do a little bit of a mitt down there.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I swear to God, this is what put on that. It's like this is a game changer, right? So
do it.
Sometimes you gotta go, especially in public places. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do, and you don't want splashbacks.
Yeah.
If you don't know what splashbacks are, you ain't took a shit yet, right? So it's like, you took a shit, you don't splash. So to avoid splashback, you gotta, especially in the public bathroom, you can do this at home too. If you don't like them at home, I'm not tripping at home because, like, all right, it's home, like, it's not that dirty. But you grab a sheet as a toilet seat, you lay it down just nice and flat, like just one, maybe even two layers on the water. And when you shit, back to what Danny was saying, catches it, right? So it just catches it. No flash, no sound, no nothing. It's like incognito for shit. So that's what I'm calling it.
Oh my god!
I can't believe you remember it as the Nigerian catcher.
I remember the conversation vividly, and you know me, I don't remember much, but I remember that conversation, and maybe I just coined it that because it was so brilliant. But I know you mentioned splashback. I vividly remember you using that terminology, splashback. And ever since that day, I have always laid down a mitt. And dude, honestly, I can't believe I shat like a fucking barbarian before that. You know, getting fucking splashed by water.
I gotta ask. Here's the question: wet wipes or no wet wipes?
Yeah, I fuck with wet wipes.
Gotta have wet wipes.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not available, you know,
I'll take them with me. They with me wherever I go.
Oh no shit!
They're
really?
here today. Get them straight. Just
I
in
have
case.
some.
Oh hey, you never know.
Yeah,
gotta come prepared, bro.
Here's the real question: do you flush them?
No, fuck no.
Okay.
Oh, that shit's so bad for your septic tank.
Yeah.
Hell no. Or not even septic tank, but for your pipes.
So, we worked with a woman named Vivian. Last names don't matter. But she's awesome. She still is awesome. Hilarious. Fucking probably one of the funniest women I've ever met. I think I could say that boldly. Very blunt, you know. Just as she is.
She very blunt. That's for damn sure. That's what she is.
Yep. Anyway, I don't know. We got on the subject someday, or at some point, you know, shitting. We're always talking about shitting. You know, we're humans. That's what we do. Spend a lot of time doing that. And she brought up that she never wipes with toilet paper. And I'm like, oh, okay. This was like the first person I had encountered who like only wiped their ass with wet wipes. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, you know. But then I thought, you know, and she's like, oh, my whole family, we all use wet wipes, the whole family. She's got like 5 sisters, dude, plus the 2 parents. So that's like 7 people shitting in the house with wet wipes. They must be buying them by the box load, to be honest, like the Costco pack. They have to. Yeah. Because my ass can wreck a fucking little tiny pack in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, you know?
For sure.
And then I thought, you know, God, I think I said, like, God, you're fucking plumbing. You must have to get your house, like, replumbed every 5 years. And she's like, we don't flush them. And for me at that time, I was like, wait. You don't flush them? What do you do with them? And she's like, we just talk this little trash can. Wait, you didn't know that?
Wait, you don't flush your wet wipes? Wait,
yeah,
you flush your wet wipes?
Yeah, flexible wipes from Costco. They say flush your
No,
there's
no such thing.
They will fuck up your fucking plumbing. It doesn't matter if they're flushable or not. Look it up, dog. It will fuck up your plumbing.
So anyway, at this time, I was mind blown because, like, first off, I was like, oh, wow, so you have this little trash can filled with these little wet pieces of shit napkins. And you have not only like one person doing it, but you have 7 people in this house doing it. I was like, damn, bro, you guys must have to like take them out. And she's like, oh yeah, you take them out, whatever. And now that I have my own place, and it's like, oh, well, I'm not gonna flush those either. That'll fuck my plumbing up. So what I do is I like throw them in the trash, and then I immediately just take the trash out. I take the trash out like fuck. I just frequently take it out because I'm not gonna leave these little shit covered pieces of paper in my trash can, like. But yeah, no, you flush them, dude. They just they gob up into these fucking mounds. Even the flushable ones, they just
they don't disintegrate or anything.
Yeah, dude, I've thought about getting a bidet. Honestly, just fucking flat out saying whatever. Europe's been doing it since the fucking 12th century, bro, and we're out here like cavemen wiping our asses with fucking paper.
I mean, you got water going in your asshole when you shower, so like it's just a little bit of pressure now. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's not that big.
Yeah, the only thing I question is. What was that? What's up?
Y'all gotta chill because that's what I'm thinking. I don't know my comfort level about having the water shooting up my ass is cold. This is cold water.
It doesn't go up your ass. Like, first off, it's not like a fucking super soaker spraying on you. It's like a park water fountain.
It's not no power wash. Okay.
You can probably get a power wash, but I think it's pretty light. Like when I was in Italy, I tried one out, and the only thing is like what you do after. So you've got this wet asshole of yours, and it's like, what am I gonna do with it? You know, their solution is either a towel.
I've heard that shit.
And then it's like, so now you're washing all these towels that everybody's dapped on their fucking wet butthole, or you can still use toilet paper.
Then you're only using like, you know,
a couple squares. Exactly. So it's almost like toilet paper's still got a use, but it's just not utilized in the same fashion.
No. You should get You could get one with the blow dry.
Oh, they have them with blow dryers. Yeah, bro. Japanese toilets. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a Japanese toilet or no, dude. They
I've
like
heard of them.
they talk to you. They warm up. They have lights and shit, bro. Yeah, no, they're wild. The Japanese have been far ahead of us in every aspect forever.
That's funny as fuck. Okay, well let's move on from shit and topics. Today's gonna be NFL packed.
Yeah.
What's up? He's like, yeah. Today's gonna be NFL packed. We're gonna focus on that. So topic number 1 is gonna centralize NFL quarterbacks. I think. We should actually start with your thought on your question of which QB do you think you would take other than Mahomes? Because I feel like that would kind of carry into my next thought. But we'll start with you, AB. Which QB would you rather have over Patrick Mahomes if you could have anyone in the NFL?
Well, not over Patrick Mahomes, right? Because
Not over. If he was excluded, I apologize.
Right, so he excluded because to me, Mahomes is number one. He'd improved there. So check this. You got Jalen Hurts, right? I have options. I got Jalen Hurts. I got Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. Like this is all talented quarterbacks. But like really for me though, I'm taking Lamar Jackson, and I'm about to lay it out. Right? Everybody's like, oh, Lamar can't throw. He's all legs. This, that, and that. Lamar, since coming in, has like Lamar ain't played a full season and not made the playoffs, right? Like 4 years in. Mm-hmm. Lamar is 2 months older than Joe Burrow, right? So that means he got like 2 years of experience over Burrow, but they about the same age. And if you check this out, every other quarterback that I mentioned, from Herbert to Allen to anybody else, what do they all have? They all got a star receiver, probably 1 to 2 star receivers. Lamar has never had. I don't even want to say star. If we doing like a 5-star, he ain't never had a 4-star. He ain't even never had a 3.5-star receiver, right?
Yeah.
His offense I want to say it was Greg Roman's offense, right?
Yeah, running focus.
Yeah, archaic, bro. Like 3 tight ends. Yeah. We got the boy from State that played there, so I'm not hating on him because he got numbers playing.
Josh Oliver.
Yep. Josh Oliver play time. But if you running 3 tight ends in the NFL and trying to go 3 yards in a cloud of dust, like that's not working. Lamar ran that, won an MVP in that system through 36 touchdowns, and pretty much every year he made the playoffs on the back of this Lamar, right? Like the last 2 years, they probably have been as injured as San Diego. So I'm taking Lamar because if you give Lamar a number 1 receiver and you actually give him a scheme, which he got this year, so he's going to be able to prove me right or prove me wrong in about a year. But you're going to see, like, Lamar's going to take off. Because, like, you can give me all the Burrows and all that thing, but Lamar can do everything Burrow can do, but he can run, too. And if you tell me he can't do everything Burrow can do, like, Burrow got arm strength, right? Like, a little better arm strength than Lamar. But, like I said, Lamar never had a scheme or a receiver like Jamar Chase or Higgins. So, I'm throwing it back to you. Get it, please.
No. That's cool. You want? I'll go after. You want to?
My pick's Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
Yep.
Why?
Well, he's from Fireball. First off, those are like melon people, bro. They're just built different. They're fucking built different. You've seen the guy play. Like,
he big
also, he's got the push of fucking Buffalo behind him. They're getting a new stadium, correct? Mm-hmm. I mean, there's just a lot of movement going his way. He's been there. I mean, been up to that point and, missed out every time. And I know that fucking probably hurts him. So I think him coming angry, I pick Josh Allen.
But that's given you're given he's in his same offensive scheme with the same offensive players. This is more of like purely right, AB.
Well, I mean, I agree with AB. Like Jamar or Lamar just doesn't have the tools. Doesn't have those people to throw to. Yeah,
no, I agree there too. Like, but that's what you're talking about, right? Just the quarterback itself, given he gets like top notch talent, right?
This is your team. You get the quarterback and you get to do the rest. You get to draft the offense. You get to draft the defense. Obviously, you're not going to have all-stars.
Okay, yeah.
This is who you want to pay $60.
But you okay. Yeah. See, okay, here, so my thought, I've definitely, like you said, again, I would have to pick Joe Burrow, and here's why. It's not for necessarily the talent. It's the intangibles, and then it's the football IQ. Lamar's great. Don't get me wrong. I think you're right. We'll say we'll know this year if he's truly gonna. We'll see it more. He still doesn't have like. Of course, he has OBJ, but he doesn't have like a number one receiver still. Like he still needs someone under there to be considered a number one receiver, and I think really that would elevate his game. His passing game has gotten exponentially better from when he was a rookie. But when you look at Joe Burrow on the field, playing as a rookie quarterback, he got hurt, right? He comes back and makes it to the Super Bowl with no offensive line. So you know that's him making the calls at the line to keep himself enough protected, still taking sacks, staying healthy, and if he needs to, he can still run. He's not fast. But the quarterbacks that are most successful in the NFL are the quarterbacks that can run when they need to, but not because they have to. Not to say Lamar has to run, but that's a huge part of him playing in the game, and that's a huge part of his game developing in the NFL. So that's why I would take him, but I do agree that I think Lamar has the opportunity. I've always loved Lamar coming out of Louisville, but he just needs... we need to see him with a top-notch offense. It's curated towards the NFL, not towards him.
Both. No, yeah, that makes sense. Yep, I'm right there with you. But yeah, but like I said, he run because that's the offensive scheme. That was Greg Roman. That's what the Niners ran back in the day when they had Cap, right? So it's like the scheme is focused on having a quarterback run. So now that we can see a different scheme, it's now. Watch him run 3 to 4 times a game, but get 20-something each time versus running for 5 and running for 3. He can be doing none of that shit.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I can't knock Joe Burrow. I can't come back from that. But it is what it is.
Who's their offensive coordinator?
Do you know who it is? Dude from Georgia. I'm forgetting his name. I want to say Todd Monken or something like that. But they got him from Georgia. Right. He used to be offensive coordinator back in the day in the NFL. So you got an offensive scheme where it's kind of aerated.
That's what I was asking. Cool, because the spread offense would be insane to see Lamar with, because that gives him the potential to choose when to run. Like when we've watched someone like Patrick Mahomes just want to take off, it's because they have 3-4 guys wide out. They have guys down the field, so it's clearing out all this space for him to take off. I think it's going to be a different story. So we I guess we'll get into it. The next one too. I want to talk about because I had a thought about this recently, Joe Burrow versus Patrick Mahomes. Obviously, right now, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL. But if you were to start them in the same offense with the same offensive coordinator, who would be above each other, at the same time? Because my thought process is Joe Burrow is a better developed overall quarterback. The only reason why I think Patrick Mahomes is top notch is because one, he went to a great team and started with Andy Reid. He had an offense. You have to be smart to keep up with that. You have to be offensively brilliant to fully comprehend Andy Reid's scheme. But the fact that he started off with him and that was his first offensive coordinator, head coach, makes a huge difference to his potential as a quarterback in the NFL. To where if it was him starting off with Cliff Kingsbury, if he were to continue with him, I just think it would kind of be this roughneck type of offense. You see kind of the woes you see with Kyler Murray. Yeah, what do you think, AB?
No, what you think, Danny? I want to hear from Danny.
Me? Fuck, dude, I'm the wrong person to ask all that shit. I mean, Cliff Kingsbury is the Arizona head coach now, right?
No, he got fired.
Oh, he got fired?
Yeah, he's now at USC.
Well, I mean, like you said, they're all afforded different opportunities. When they come in. Yeah. Naturally talented, I think Patrick Mahomes has something that other people just don't.
1000% agree.
I mean, the guy eats fucking ketchup sandwiches. He grew up eating. You haven't seen that? Fucking 2 pieces of bread and ketchup in between it. That motherfucker should be 300 pounds. And he's just 300 pounds a different way, So, no, I think, I don't know. Maybe they put something in his food. I think he's one of those people. All these guys are obsessed with the game. But I think some of them are just, savants, fucking Beethoven. When he pulled up to the piano, he just did his fucking thing.
Yeah.
And then, he does it on the football field, and he's just got something different.
Yeah.
I think Joe Burrow's got the fucking swag of a franchise quarterback, just to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He'll pull a lot of attention. He'll do a lot of good things. I'm sure he'll win a fucking Super Bowl.
For sure.
I think Josh Allen will win a Super Bowl. I think Lamar Jackson will probably win a Super Bowl. I think they're very, evenly pitted until it comes to the rest of the team. And Kansas City just has it all dialed in. Andy Reid, man, has got it dialed in.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I thought of something too, like, because like before Joe Burrow, Cincinnati was shit,
Awful.
like, complete shit.
Yeah.
Would it be the same story if Patrick Mahomes went there?
Where is Cincinnati?
Ohio.
Oh, Ohio. Yeah, fuck, I don't even know that.
I always question that. 'Cause I'm like, he has amazing weapons. Don't get me wrong. There's dudes he can hurl it to, but is Zach Taylor the offensive mind to develop a quarter? Because I see Patrick Mahomes kind of similar to Anthony Richardson, where not as much, where he better quarterback as a quarterback, where Anthony Richardson's more of a better runner, but he has potential to develop. That's where he was when he first started. He had a whole year to sit behind Alex Smith to learn from a pro. If he were thrown into a situation like with Cincinnati, like Joe Burrow, where year one you have to start, you have to carry the whole franchise. Could he do it? Mm-hmm. We'll never know. But
I guess we will never know. But can't come in and knock your argument, right? Like I feel like it was fairly laid out. And funny enough, I used to make this argument earlier in Mahomes' career because I'm like, all right, like put Josh Allen in that scheme with Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and Andy Reid calling plays. You got Bieniemy calling plays. Like they're gonna eat too, right? But after I've been seeing everything played out, especially with Tyreek leaving, I feel like what I've seen is, yes, I believe you put those quarterbacks on that scheme, they'll win. They'll probably win the same, right? Like they might have the same amount of appearances in the Super Bowl, maybe the same amount of wins. But at the end of the day, we would look at both scenarios and be like, Mahomes is still better, right? Because it's not to knock the other dudes that they're not good. I think they can be as good. But then if we was now pulling hairs, I'm still taking Mahomes because he just got that little extra to where he can just be even better than just good, right? And then outside of that, with the whole potential thing, I think that's where our whole argument kind of favors Mahomes so much more than Burrow is. Burrow is so developed as a quarterback. You saying that, right? Like first year, second year, he already kind of can be developed. I mean, it's like kind of fully developed. It's not much. Yeah. Like obviously he can grow. His mind can grow. He can understand the game. The game will only slow down for him, right? So he gonna get better.
Yeah.
But with Mahomes, like you're saying, like his mechanics is kind of all over the place. He kind of don't really need mechanics, kind of like Rodgers. Like Rodgers' mechanics is all over the place. But it's like when he starts even owning the mechanics and like playing from the pocket more, he's only gonna get better. And check this out though, Mahomes' worst year, 38 touchdowns, and everybody was like, "Damn, he had a down year." Joe Burrow's best year last year, 34 touchdowns, and we like Joe Burrow shit. So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. No, I agree. My main argument is actually it's not even it's because he was with Andy Reid. I think if he wasn't with Andy Reid, I really think that was the game changer for him because that fool, like, he made Donovan McNabb look like a fucking superstar.
That's true. He was in Philadelphia.
A fucking superstar. He brought back like a dead and gone Michael Vick, and all of a sudden this fool's flinging it across the field to Deshaun Jackson like it's nothing, you know? He's shown that like he never had that guy, and he gets someone special. And
is he from Philadelphia?
Andy Reid?
Yeah.
I don't know. Good question. He got a Philly nature to him.
He looks like Philadelphia.
Yeah, he do look like Philadelphia.
Like a fucking Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, but he's just so offensively gifted as a coach. Like, it's two insanely special talents at the same time, where it's like, you look at like someone like Kyler Murray, who's definitely a special talent, right? But he got put with such a shit coach that, like, you know, it's like the perfect storm. I've always hypothesized it, but you know, we'll never fucking know. It's like conspiracy theories. Like, we don't know the truth, but like, who built the pyramids? Who knows?
The Egyptians, didn't they?
No, for sure. No.
They picked them all up, rolled them on logs.
Yeah, two
from all the trees out there.
1,200 miles or whatever.
Is that how far the stones came?
Something like that. It's far as fuck away.
Dude, honestly, I've never really even thought about the pyramids. Like, Egypt is one of those places I don't ever need to fucking go. Never.
If it wasn't
too much sand. It's all fucking sand.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to see the pyramids?
I'll see them on TV. I'll see them on the internet. Yeah, fuck no. I mean, I don't know. No, fuck no. You get mugged up. Oh yeah, go to Dubai. Are you kidding me, bro? They practically clean.
There's a lot of sand over there too.
Yeah, bro. But when you're like in Dubai, they're like cleaning the floor as you walk in front of it, dude. That whole place is wild.
Yeah, that place is nice as fuck,
dude.
Places exotic and shit. It ain't the sand. It ain't the dirtiness. It's the goddamn bugs. I don't want to be around no spiders, no tarantulas, no scorpions.
Don't go to Australia, dude.
Hell no, never, never.
They got creatures.
No. They got them fuckers the size of my head.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking That's some fucking Jurassic Park type shit.
Pick
Fuck
your
no.
pillow up and just fucking
Hell
jump
no.
out.
I'd probably pass out, bro. For sure. Hell no. Sorry, off topic. But we can talk a little more about the quarterbacks. We can talk about. I'm curious.
Consider back in. To answers Danny's question about where Andy Reid from, do we want to do a guess? Can we just say guesses?
Ooh.
Yeah. Where you from?
It's not.
Oh,
we know
I guess.
that, right? So,
Okay, hold on.
So
It's not Philadelphia. Andy Reid.
Oh, is it east? Is it middle, east, or west of the
He's
United
East Coast.
States?
I ain't giving you no cues, man. You just gotta let me know.
Okay.
I didn't even hear what he said. What did he say?
You know.
You don't know what side of the U.S. it's on? It's
No,
New
I said
Hampshire, then.
I'm not giving y'all no extra cues. You just gotta let me know.
Oh, you're not giving us any hints.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not New Hampshire, then.
I don't know. He might be corn-fed.
Yeah, he's definitely corn-fed. He's either Iowa or Nebraska. My vote's Nebraska.
Let's go with Wisconsin. No.
Oh, yeah, actually, that's a good
Wisconsin?
guess.
Yeah, that or like yeah. I'm gonna go Wisconsin.
All right. I'm still going
Final
Nebraska.
answer.
Yeah.
Yep.
LA, man. He a LA baby, man. That's why he be eating all them cheeseburgers.
Holy
man.
shit.
LA, Los Angeles, somewhere around Hollywood. So I'm sitting here, my mind was
Huh?
blown too, because I'm thinking he's a show country fan, but
Yeah, he
Yeah,
looks like
cheeseburger.
he's from Toledo, Idaho, or something.
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy.
yeah,
Damn.
that's crazy.
Hollywood. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never would expect that.
Well, good for Andy.
Yeah.
He's come a long way.
AB, what do you think about where does Geno sit in the NFL in terms of quarterbacks?
Man, my boy Gino, man. If you asked me this time last year, bro, I would have told you fucking bottom 5 because I was not fucking with Gino. Like, all right, the season is gonna tank, we're gonna get our high draft pick, and it is what it is. But my boy Gino is for sure like a top 15 to 18 quarterback. Like I'm sober about it. Like I'm not crazy about it. Like he's 15 to 18, good quarterback in a good scheme, and he runs the offense, right? Like he does what he's supposed to do. He just run the offense, which is what Russell Wilson used to do. He used to run the offense, and then he became the offense, and that's what fell off type shit. So he runs the offense.
Yeah.
For me. He's top 15 to 18. He's a solid quarterback. Like he don't make mistakes is the biggest thing, and like the more he limits his mistake, the more I can fuck with him. Like the only time we fucked up was this last year when we played in that game against the Niners. It was kind of back and forth. I think he threw like a pick 6 at the goal line, and then the game just went to shit. So like if we could avoid those, I'm rocking with Gino for a couple more years. Like we only paying him 20-something mil. That's a bargain. So
Would you rather rock with Geno or fail out this year and draft one of those top guys?
I'm rocking with Gino because the only top guy I want is Caleb, right? And we're not gonna get him, right? I don't want to.
What about Drake May? That fool's insane. Have you watched any highlights of Drake May? That fool's insane. His arm talent is fucking crazy. Like his accuracy is something I haven't seen before. Crazy. It's that good.
I don't. Being a Seahawks fan, I don't go crazy over quarterbacks, man. I go crazy over the team. And we won with defense, we won with special teams, we won with like great coaching, like offense, like everybody played their part. So it's like, yeah, the quarterback can kind of do all of that for you, but like if you look over the past couple years, like Mahomes is really the only one that shatters that mold. Like everybody's gonna go to Tom Brady, but Tom Brady like had a 20-year career. There was only about 7 years in there where he was like top of the top numbers wise. Before that, he wasn't putting up no 400-yard games and 350s. It was always like 21 for 26, 220 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Like very just like simple numbers and just kind of doing what he's supposed to do. And then later in his career was like when everybody now can kind of throw for 50 touchdowns, right? With all the rules and shit in the NFL was when he really started going off. But I feel like I just need my quarterback to do their job. That's how I subscribe to football. Like it's like, yeah, I could have Mahomes, but give me Burrow, right? Like you were saying that, like for the Seahawks, give me Burrow because Burrow just gonna make that play right on time. Like that's what I need. So
No, that's. I'm trying to look back because so Mahomes was last year, and who was before that? Who won the Super Bowl before that?
Before Patrick Mahomes?
Stafford.
Yeah, the Rams.
right,
And-
Stafford ain't like talented, but he ain't special. Like so,
Yeah, but he's he makes a lot of mistakes. He's known for mistakes. And then the year before that was Or was Brady and then Mahomes again?
Brady and Mahomes before.
Yeah. And so, I mean, if you look back, I mean, Mahomes won a bunch, Brady won a bunch. Peyton was guy. Yeah. I don't know, because it's like you also got guys like Joe Flacco who've won a Super Bowl, Trent Dilfer who won a Super Bowl,
right?
Yeah. Well, no. You can't do that to Eli. Don't do that to Eli.
Bro, you got Eli.
Don't insult the man.
Eli is regular, bro. Eli is mid, bro. Like, if my name was AB Manning, I'd probably be in the Hall of Fame too. But it is what it is.
Bro, even Cooper gets commercials, bro. He's on
Cooper
fucking
Manning,
Caesars Entertainment making money. That motherfucker hadn't done nothing in his life.
No, but Eli won 2 Super Bowls. Like, can we just sit here and
No, he did. He did.
It's not like he's a scrub. He won 2 fucking Super Bowls.
I know what it is.
Not a scrub.
I bet you Eli, he eats ketchup fucking sandwiches too, bro. Look at him. He definitely eats ketchup sandwiches. The whole Manning family on Thanksgiving starts it off with a nice big loaf of bread and ketchup, probably.
What I'm getting out of this is I need to raise my kids on ketchup sandwiches.
Ketchup sandwiches, dude. Like, you feed them great everything else, and then you're like, eat your fucking ketchup sandwich. That's what's gonna make you great.
Disgusting as fuck. Oh, fuck. Should we talk about other quarterbacks? You want to talk about some wide receivers?
Shit, I'll let you do what you want to do. You throw me the lob. Let's hit the receivers because we got time for receivers. A whole bunch of receivers.
Yeah, I don't try to get them. Who's the best receiving core in the NFL? I already know what you're gonna say, but who's the best receiver? I'll let Danny go first. If you can think about it.
Wait. Before Danny goes, I want you to define what receiving core is.
We're talking. I'm not gonna throw tight ends in there. We'll keep tight ends out. We'll just your wide receivers. Who's your best? Okay. Let me two-part this because there's only a few answers realistic for wide receiver core. Who's the best wide receiver core, and who do you think will break out as a solid wide receiver core that you did not expect to be good this year?
Oh, my first?
Who wants to go first?
I'm gonna let AV go first.
You gonna let me go first?
Go for it. Go for it.
The second question is for
Just answer the first one. We can go with the first one first.
I guess actually my answer would be, I guess, who's the best receiving core right now that we know that's like proven. I would still give it. You got to give it to the Bengals, right? Like they got a trifecta that's like no other, right? Like if we want to talk about 3 receivers, they got 2 number ones and a dude that would be a solid 2 to 3 on most teams, right? Like I mean, I'm not going Tyler Boyd, but he's cool. Yeah. Now I think who's going to be breakout, and I'm not only saying breakout, I'm saying this is going to be the best receiving core in about, let's say, give it 2 years, right? Because they also limited by their quarterback, which I kind of touched on earlier, but Geno. But I'm going with the Seahawks because check this, we got DK, right? DK is a number 1 receiver. We only got to talk about him. I'm gonna just push him to the side. Now we're gonna start with Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett don't get no shine, but if you look at the numbers, Tyler Lockett has been in the league.
Solid.
This is solid, bro. I'm probably just spitballing numbers. He probably been in the league about 6-7 years, and about 80% of the time he's gone over 1,000 yards. If we take out his rookie season, he's probably gone over 1,000 yards about 90% of the time. So he's a solid. Like if you got Tyler Lockett, you're good. And then we got Jackson Smith and Jigba, bro. Like, bro, y'all got to check him out, man. I'm telling you, best receiver in the draft, like bar none. Like there was no question who was going to be the first receiver taken this year. And this receiver core is deep, right? Like you got Addison, and it's deep. Like it's good receivers. You got the dude that went to the Giants, he was cool. The dude that went to the Chargers, he was cool. No question who was the best receiver. And not, the funniest part, this is where I feel like Jackson don't get his credit, is he was on a team with who, right? He was on a team with Garrett Wilson. He was on a team with Chris Olave. Guess who was the number 1 receiver on that team? It was Jackson. This is 2-3 years ago, right? So them 2 boys that I just mentioned, Olave and Garrett Wilson, nice as fuck. Cool. We already see what they did in the NFL. One of them was offensive rookie of the year.
Last year, was he?
Yeah, he was offensive rookie of the year. So best receiver in the draft, did all that. He's not better than Jackson.
Jackson Smith is correct me if I'm wrong. He out of Ohio State?
Yep.
He wasn't number 1 last year. Not even close. Marvin Harrison Jr.
Last year, I said the team that had all 3 of them guys he was the number one, and when they had all three of them guys.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I agree. No, you got a good point. And them, all them fools are fucking ballers. Yeah. The only argument I can make to like about the Seahawks is because Tyler Lockett, obviously, but he's getting up there in age, man. Like at a certain point, like Ty, he was great, and all of a sudden you just see this fucking drop, and that happens so often with receivers. Where like it's just a drop, they just fall. Like when is it coming? Can he hold out? Can he keep playing? Because he was kind of hurt a little bit last year, wasn't he? With some ankle. Or am I tripping off that? Tyler Lockett?
Yeah, but yes, the NFL, everybody be hurt.
Of course, yeah, of course. So I don't know if because he's kind of that missing piece, I think, and then we'll see how Jackson Smith produces in the NFL. But if he's anything like Chris Olave and fucking the other fool, Garrett Wilson, it won't even be a problem. Danny boy,
I'm biased. I'm going with the Vikings.
Okay, that's fair.
You know, I think that's just a solid 3. You know, Jefferson, Addison, Osborne. The only problem is Kirk Cousins is throwing to him. He's not the most reliable. Does his job, but sometimes doesn't do it as well as he needs to.
True.
I think we could use a better quarterback on the team, but you know, that costs money.
Do you have one question out there, man? I gotta throw a question out there. Where do y'all rank Kirk Cousins? Because in my opinion, Kirk Cousins catch a whole lot of slack, and I think he's solid. Like he's a cool quarterback. He's not no Mahomes, right? He's not no Burrow, but he's cool. So where do y'all rank him? Like, is he top 10? Is he top 15?
I don't know.
I'd say top 15 for sure.
Yeah, not top 10.
He's close.
because the 10 you could fucking fire off 7 of them automatically.
He's close. He's close. He could be that 10th spot. So I'm trying to think. Let's see. Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow,
Josh
Allen, Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert,
Dak Prescott.
Jalen Hurts.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm not putting.
No, not in top 10.
No. Well, no.
Maybe at the
what about Tua?
Top 10.
Tua?
Yeah, is like
he could scratch the top 10.
Yeah, scratch it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, the injuries is kind of what even if it's
Aaron Rodgers. Fuck, dude, I'm having a brain fart right now.
It's kind of, I mean, there's not a.
Now
so he's teetering on.
I'd put Dak in there.
That's what I'm saying. But would you put Dak ahead of Kirk?
I would put Dak slightly ahead of Kirk, but I think they're the same type of quarterbacks in terms of if he was giving them Madden ratings. That's kind of what I go to. They both in like the mid to low 80s. Like they're the same type of quarterback.
They're just not dynamic quarterbacks. They're not they're just bringing the game to the table.
Yeah.
They're not adding the Patrick Mahomes like fucking audibles, the flair, like
no, it's true.
And to be honest, the athleticism too. Like physically, he's a different. You know, quarterbacks are different now. These guys are fucking massive.
Yeah.
You know, before they were just like slim white dudes. You know,
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins, exactly. He might be the last of a dying breed of quarterback, you know?
Yeah.
You have to be bigger.
Yeah. Have you seen the pictures of Arch Manning? That fool's massive.
That's the dad, right?
No, that's the fucking kid in that's going to Texas.
That's Cooper's son.
Oh.
Cooper did something.
Oh. He's just had a kid.
Yeah, he's huge.
What's his claim to fame?
Quarterback.
He's in college right now?
Yeah. Or about to, no, he'll start next year.
He have a big head? Bet you he's got a big fucking head.
It wasn't that big compared to his body. I was kind of surprised.
They probably they bound his shit, you know? They fucking put 2 pieces of wood and fucking viced him in.
Fuck.
Little Lego heads.
Carrying back to the wide receiver. Yeah, I think it's a tough, like, who's number one? The Bengals, I mean...
Did you watch a little bit of Hard Knocks? I mean, I think Detroit's going to have a good team. Or fucking Michigan. The Detroit Lions, fucking... I don't know if I said Michigan, but...
Well, my breakout... this is biased as well, but the Colts... not to say they're not going to be number one. Hey, no, what? No, you don't... You're tripping. Because... I want you to understand. No. I want you to understand. That fool Alec Pierce I was talking about before was insanely talented as a wide receiver coming out of Cincinnati. He just hasn't had anyone. He had Matt Ryan throwing the ball to him last year. Like, who the fuck is that?
It's like your uncle at a party.
Matt Ryan, not even. That full arm turned into a noodle arm. All of our guys that we've had playing, they can't get the ball to our receiver. Even Pitt, like, he's a great receiver, but he's a downfield receiver. If our guy can't throw it past 25 yards, where the fuck is it going to go?
What's the point?
We drafted this cat out of UNC, who Reggie Wayne, probably being biased, deemed as the best receiver out of the draft. I don't agree because from what I've seen, he's just not fast enough. But his footwork as a slot receiver is fucking insane. Like, route running technician to the maximum. I probably could be the best route runner in the NFL in a couple years because I haven't seen better footwork. Josh Downs. Watch his footwork.
Where is he from?
UNC. His footwork is fucking phenomenal. It's just like I said, he's not a number one. He won't be a number one. He's a great accessory to a good wide receiver core. I just don't think he'll be the breakout receiver that some people think he is. But we have two twin tower wide receivers. Pitt, his only issue is he dropped the ball. Pierce, this is his second year, and he played pretty fucking good last year. He just needs someone to get him the ball. Richardson could be that. Actually, I'm gonna take it back because I don't think. I worry about Richardson getting the ball to him this year. That may be a prediction for next year, but I still think we're gonna be one of those receiver cores where it's like, oh shit, they actually have some fucking players on their team.
I think you can't count out the Jets either, dude.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
for sure. But I think the Jets, they only have one.
Yeah.
One. You know.
Yeah, I think, Aaron Rodgers, he's got a little bit of that magic too, dude. He's all on that ayahuasca shit. All those people are just like falling in line with him, you know? I mean, and he's one of those quarterbacks that like the team just rally behind.
Yeah.
You know, no matter where the fuck he goes.
Is Garrett Wilson He's got
the best fucking practice partner in the league.
Is he Devontae Adams? You know, that's basically like if he could be that for Aaron Rodgers, then it's possible.
Yeah, and maybe some of the other guys with him are just like, fucking, let's do it. I want the ball too. I want to fucking catch a pass from Aaron fucking Rodgers. Like, I'm telling you, bro. Like on Hard Knocks, if you watch it, these people are just fucking drooling over his presence. It's crazy.
No, he does have an arm. AB, I know you want to say some shit about my Colts take, so I'll let you get on that.
I gotta piss here. You keep going.
Look, the Colts take, I ain't gonna like hold you too much on, because you're saying they will break out, right? But I think. Yeah. As you was talking, I'm not kind of sober. Huh?
I'm not saying we'll be a top 5 receiving core. That's not what I'm saying. Yeah, I think that's why I'm like, oh shit, they got players.
Yeah, you caught yourself. What the question. You sobered yourself because you realize Anthony Richardson probably ain't gonna be doing that this year, right? But then I think that the bigger point that you was missing is, those receivers, Pittman and Pierce. Now, I don't know too much about Pierce, but from what you're describing, he's a big white receiver that runs down the field and catches contested passes. So I'm just going to give him the same type of build as Pittman, right? They're kind of one-dimensional, right? Like, they one-dimensional and they not DK, right? Like, they're not big kind of stiffer receivers that run a 4-3. They big, stiff receivers that don't really get separation. They're like a Brandon Marshall type of receiver. So it's like, that's cool.
No.
No,
I don't agree with that.
Is Pierce twitchy? Because I don't think he's twitchy, and Pittman is not twitchy. Because I know about Pittman. Pittman is not twitchy. He don't get separation like twitchy.
That. He's also not a downfield receiver. He's a middle of the field receiver. His route running's more of a he's faster than you think he is. He's more he's got similar. No, I wouldn't even say that. And the original question is not which receiving core do you think is going to be like the number one. Like obviously it's like who's the one that you think is going to be like oh shit, like where the fuck did they come from? Because with the Seahawks, we know they're good. Like we know they're going to be great. Like it's more of a question of like which offense are we going to be like, oh, where the fuck did they come from type of thing. You know, kind of like how the Dolphins were last year, where they were like, holy shit, like, I know they have Tyreek Hill, but what the fuck? Like, they really can play, you know? That wasn't expected going into the season. That thing.
My answer to that, like, a couple weeks ago, before, like, I found this out, would have been the Lions. Like, The Lions receiving core is about to be stupid because Jameson Williams, and we forget, bro. Jameson Williams was the best receiver coming out. Like he was injured and still went top 10, right? So like he was better than Garrett Wilson and all them dudes. We already forgot about him. But the crazy part is he's suspended the first six games or 3 games or whatever. Yeah, 6 games. So it's like that's gonna knock my argument. But if he was playing him in St. Brown,
man, that fool's a fucking. St. Brown's a beast, dude. That fool's fucking. He's a beast. He's a beast. He's someone that's really slept on as a wide receiver. Really slept on as a wide receiver.
How did they find out he was gambling?
He was gambling in the building like a fucking idiot.
In the building?
Mm-hmm. He was doing it on his phone in the building. Fucking dumb. Yeah. Damn. And don't they also have Zay Jones?
Yeah. The Lions? Do they? I thought he was on.
Well, they did last year. They got him. They picked him up in free agency from Jacksonville. That fool was really good.
A lot of moves. I don't know who they have. They might have DJ Shark still, possibly. If they do,
that's what I meant. Not Zay Jones. That's what I meant. DJ Shark. That's what I meant.
Yep. Yeah. And he called.
That's actually a very good take. I like that one a lot. Actually, the Lions might be one of those very sneaky ones. Because
I think in general they're going to be a sneaky team.
Yeah. No, Jared Goff is Jared Goff's legit. He's not number top 5, top 10, but he's legit as a quarterback.
DC.
He can hold his own.
That's a coach right there, bro. That's a coach right there.
The fucking best, dude.
He's yeah. No, I think Detroit's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, but AB, you were saying with my Colts take that the issues with Anthony Richardson. My initial hesitation with him, and I've actually started coming more every time I've watched him play. I've come more and more onto him being really good because when I watched him in college, initially I watched him when him and Kyle Trask were switching off in Florida, and he wasn't able to secure the position for him. And then all of a sudden in this his senior year, you just see this fucking dude take off and start flinging the ball, but only played 13 games as a starter. So he doesn't have necessarily the game experience to play well. And then I watch him play yesterday, and he's getting pressured. He's getting blitzed out of nowhere. They were running some crazy fucking schemes for a preseason game on defense, and he was cool as a fucking cucumber. The only mistake he really made was he tossed the first drive out. He threw a pick because the receiver ran a wrong route. I'm pretty sure. Either way, he might have made a wrong read, but if you watch the route, because they called it out on the broadcast too. The dude looked like he was expecting the dude to continue the route, but he cut back in a comeback route. So, but that's what I'm saying. He just
I just feel like he was all over the place, with his footwork. That was not going to be an accurate pass no matter what. He was trying to Mahomes. You got to get up in there and get your footwork.
I agree. It wasn't the best decision. I'm just saying overall, the mistake itself wasn't huge. It wasn't something. It was more of and then he came back out. He was confident throwing the ball. He honestly had better accuracy than I thought he would. I've actually been more of a critic of his than I have of a supporter. So the more I've watched him play, I'm kind of fuck. He may be something really special. And I think the only reason why is similar to Patrick Mahomes, where Steichen is a guru when it comes to quarterbacks. He was with Justin Herbert for his first year in San Diego and his second year, and then was also helped develop Jalen Hurts into what he is today. When it comes to a running quarterback with a strong arm, that man knows what the fuck to do with them. That dude is an offensive genius for quarterbacks.
Yeah, I can rock with that. I just think he needs time though. They don't need to rush him off the field because it could be bad for his confidence. He could be confident now. He gets smacked around a couple more times. He got 6 interceptions and 2 touchdowns, and he's starting to lose confidence. It might be bad for him. So just give him time to develop. You got him over the next 15 years, hopefully.
At the same time, Peyton Manning, his rookie year, fucking led the league in interceptions and was fucking trash.
No.
I'm just more saying that some teams, some of those players, you just kind of gotta let them get experience. You gotta let them figure it the fuck out. I think he's one of those people that he'll just have to figure it the fuck out. I don't think it's gonna be a confidence issue. It sounds like, from what I can tell, his head's on his fucking shoulders, right? Just from what I can tell. I don't know the man.
Yeah.
Look like a hood nigga though.
He definitely cool. He ain't playing golf. We can say that.
Where's he from?
Florida.
Florida? Oh,
Yeah.
Florida, dude.
You gotta be a
It's a fucking wild place.
Yeah, for sure. No, for sure. Which receiver do you think? Which receiver? And it doesn't have to be this year, but like, has the highest chance of breaking 2,000 yards? Either y'all.
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah, that's most likely. I agree. What do you think, AB?
I don't want to jinx him. I don't even want to say anything about that.
Huh? I had to think about it. I had to think about it because I think adding Jordan Addison takes away from. I think it's going to be one of those receivers where there isn't a 1B and there isn't a solid 2. It's going to be one of those receivers where there's only one good wide receiver, but there has to be the quarterback to get them the ball too.
True. No.
So it's like if it could be one of these guys that like the Chiefs draft in a couple years because they don't really have like a stud receiver or. I don't think. Yeah, I gotta think about it. AB, what do you think?
This is a good one. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm kind of faded. Y'all gotta remind me of the question.
Which wide receiver do you think will be the first to eclipse 2,000 yards?
I'm faded.
2K, I think y'all was making good points with like it can't be like a 1B on the team, right? Because like Tyreek would be an easy one because he can for sure like get 300 yards one game, 200 yards another game, and be at 2K in no time. You obviously got Waddle, and then with Justin Jefferson, that would have been actually my other pick. But then you make the point with Addison because I feel like they're gonna try to feed him and like make sure that he's rookie receivers usually off. So that's gonna take away from him. And then I would think my third thought was actually like AJ Brown, kind of like all right, they got Smitty. So, yeah, we didn't even think about that as a receiving core. I feel like something we got to do probably when it's more planned, we got to do like the top 5 or 10 like duos. Like it's a lot of crazy stacked duos in the NFL receiver line.
Oh, for sure.
Back to the
that would be a good topic.
Who I see doing it. This is what I see. If this is almost like a prediction type of thing, right? So it's like it's not something has to happen for it to happen because like I'm doing an if, but I think T. Higgins is going to get traded because they're not going to pay 2 receivers over $25 million a year, right? T. Higgins gets traded, Jamar Chase goes for 2K, right? It's going to be pretty simple for me.
That's a good point. I could see that. The AJ Brown one, I don't think so because of Devontae Smith. That fool's way too. He's a 1B for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. He's not a 1A on that team, but he's a 1B in general. Damn.
Well, then in order to get to that 2,000 yards, you'd need one where it's just like one receiver, which would be the Jets.
I can't hold you on
one
that
cat sitting
here.
Catching fucking receivers from Aaron Rodgers.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, he could do it.
That's a good point.
And he has the best practice partner in the league.
That fool can fling it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good point. And what's his face? Garrett Wilson can.
Yeah, personally, I'd love for Justin Jefferson to do it, but you make a fantastic. And they don't really have the quarterback to throw 2,000 yards in a season like that.
Yeah.
Like Kirk could if it was just,
just
boom,
to
boom,
him.
boom, 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 boom. Yeah. But Aaron makes big plays, dude. He goes 80. And
that's tough.
And he's got someone to catch it now, too.
Good point. That's a good point. Because I was trying to think like the Chargers. Chargers might have an argument for the best receiving core. Just maybe.
Should have stayed in San Diego.
I agree.
I think that was better for him.
That's a good point. Yeah, because I don't think Cooper Kupp will ever be good enough to, or will ever stand out enough to be able to do that again. He was the closest so far, but that's a good point. Garrett Wilson. Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to think of a better one, and nothing's coming. So I think we gotta give Danny the crown on this one. I think Garrett Wilson.
That's a good fucking point.
Dude, I'm telling you, watch Hard Knocks, bro. Watch the first episode, and the chemistry between them is great. Dude, once again, Aaron Rodgers, some of these passes, they're fucking insane.
Yeah. Dude's a magician.
Fucking insane.
The dude's a magician.
And I mean, I grew up to hate him because he was on Green Bay, so like it was always fuck Aaron Rodgers. But truthfully, like, can't doubt his skill.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's from California too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's from the Bay.
Palo Alto or something like that.
Yeah.
Pico.
So
I think he's North Bay.
yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, I have to agree, actually. I think he took the cake on that one. There's no... the fact that Tyreek thinks he's going to do it is kind of funny, though. It's just not possible.
He definitely can do it. I mean, obviously, I think because they got Tua, right? Like, let's say they had Herbert. Not with Tua throwing him.
Tua's got a... No, I don't even think that's it. I just think because Jalen's on the team. Jalen's going to be open. Yeah.
It's a combination, right? Because you got to have a quarterback that would be able to give Jalen 13 and give him 2. Like, I don't think Tua can do that, right? So.
You don't think Jalen can fling it?
Jalen?
Do you subscribe or not? Jalen, sorry. Do you subscribe to the theory that Tua's got that noodle arm?
Nah, he don't got a noodle arm. Like I would liken his arm to, in a weird way, Lamar, right? It's like they can throw the ball and they can throw it hella far. It just don't got that zip, right? It don't got that same Josh Allen effortless throw that shit 70 yards. It don't got that same feel with like Mahomes and like even a Trevor Lawrence. Like, I mean, Trevor Lawrence's arm isn't the strongest, but he got like a little rocket arm, like a live arm, like a Stafford. But they're kind of like Drew Brees.
No,
to me, he never had a crazy arm, but Drew Brees was throwing for 5K every year. He's just accurate. He can get it there. He just need a little more space to kind of musher it up on those deep balls. So.
Yeah, that's how that. No, similar to Tua for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Well, should we? What else? Is there any other? Do you have any last thoughts on the NFL? And because this one will probably come out. I got one more to edit. This one will probably come out right before season.
Before season.
Right before. Yeah.
Right before season.
Yeah,
we were supposed to do a record prediction for the Seahawks. You didn't send me the thing, but so I didn't.
I know. I forgot.
But I'm gonna just give like an overall general take on my Seahawks this year. Like, I feel like the expectations is high now, and everybody's like, all right, they're gonna make the playoffs, do this, that, and the third. But everybody got to chill out on the Seahawks because last year was really supposed to be our tank year, right? So we were supposed to tank, and then this year we were supposed to improve, and next year make the playoffs. But somehow we sped up the process to make the playoffs last year. It was already a good team. This year, all we got to do is just do what we did last year. Just make the playoffs again, be competitive, win a little bit more games than you lose, and that's like building something, right? Because I think now the pressure is like, oh, are they going to go win the playoff game? All we got to do is make the playoffs, and I'll be satisfied. I'll be sober about it. Like, we're building something, right? Like, we got an offensive coordinator that's taking over. Like, we got Pete running the defense still. We got Tariq Woolen, who, like, next time we need to talk corners because Tariq Woolen and Sauce, they about the same production-wise last year, right? Sauce is better, don't get me wrong, just because he's proven it longer in college and all of that. Hey, Tariq run a 4.2, so give me Tariq. Every day, he's like 6'3", 6'4", big corner, can tackle, like, got hella range. Like I said, he runs a fucking 4.2, so we gonna be all right. We got something that we do.
That's a fair point. No, I mean, it makes sense. It's kind of one of those things where, like, the Seahawks, like you said, they are rebuilding. They did get better though, and that fool Zach Charbonnet for our running back is. I think he'll be one of those bust out. He's very similar to Jonathan Taylor in his running style, where he's very shifty in the field, but can also hit a hole and say see you. So do you think you guys will do like better or worse than last season record wise? You don't have to give your record, but just kind of like a thought.
I think we stay the same, like same ballpark. Like I think last year we went. I might have it wrong, but I want to say we went 9-8 or something like that. I think we go 9-8, 10-6 type of thing, or 10-7.
10-7. That's fair. That's fair. I can see it. We'll get you on again. We'll try to get your record predictions on. Maybe we'll hop on. You can meet Ellie Mack or something and fucking talk Seahawk ball with her a bit or something. I think we'll call it there, boys. What do you think?
Sounds good to me.
If you enjoyed the podcast, please. Oh no, wait, hold on. AB, thank you for joining us, my man. We appreciate you joining us here today.
Absolutely.
And if you enjoyed the podcast, please like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Go smoke some fucking weed.